What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy, and I'm right, and that's...
I'm Michael.
Woo! I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew!
Man, what an episode. We're reviewing last season finale episode of...
season finale, episode 8.
Episode 8. I enjoyed it. Yes. I enjoyed it, but it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because it's over, and also some of the stuff that Leroy said was right, and I don't like it when Leroy's right.
Ooh.
Man, yeah.
This was a hard episode to watch.
This was great.
This was you know what this reminded me of?
Uh-huh.
This reminded me of a two-parter like Game of Thrones used to be.
Okay.
Like
sure.
when Game of Thrones used to have like the cliffhanger and it was like, that's your ending. Mm-hmm. And then they would come back and be like, on that last episode, mm-hmm. and they'd be like, yeah, this is what next season gonna look like.
Yeah, I mean, this was great. I mean, non-spoilers, we like the show. Watch the show, right? Let's get to spoilers.
How would you rate this
episode?
No, not episode. Well, how would you rate it overall? Like, in other words, this is the last episode. Did it deliver?
Season 1, 4.5 out of 5 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
What is your knock?
For me, those beginning episodes, really, I didn't like how the animation was.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like the voices, you know, the portrayal from the actors not matching the expressions in the faces. That really kind of, I didn't like that. I think it got better as the show got on.
Or do you think you got used to it?
Maybe a combination of both.
Okay.
But I do think the animation changed. I mean, specifically in this episode, I felt like there was, and the animation people who know, I felt like there was more, I don't know if it's CG or whatever it is, but it was something else that wasn't necessarily hand-drawn.
I'm going to tell you this.
And it looked great.
I give this a 5 out of 5 Viltrumites.
Okay.
Viltrumites, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah.
Evil MFers.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
But watch this show.
Yeah.
If you got Amazon Prime, even if you don't get Amazon Prime,
log onto somebody's account.
There we go.
I mean, I don't know how that works, but
yeah,
because I actually pay for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm one of the suckers who pays for it.
This was good. So yeah,
spoilers.
Yeah. Where you want to start?
Now, let me let you start. While I drink this Red Bull and get hyped.
Just I stumbling in my words apparently. I enjoyed the fact that right from the beginning they're just like, let's get into this fight between Invincible and Omni-Man. I was like, oh yeah, let's just, because the end of episode 7 we're like, we need to talk. What I got to talk about? I
mean, what you gonna say?
I mean, yeah, there's nothing else to say.
I don't know.
Even the episode started with it raining blood on the grass. I was like, oh no, that's from Immortal. Oh man, your guts. And they showed it again, the guts coming out. Oh, that sucked.
I mean, but he is immortal, so.
Yeah, he's coming back. Omni-Man and his dogged determination, or he has that ingrained in him of being a Viltrumite, and he has to subdue the world. He has to.
Let's call it what it is. Let's stop dancing around it.
Uh-huh.
He is a supremacist.
We talked about supremacists in
his culture
Winter Falcon,
and his idea that I am better than you shined through. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, you went all the way.
Yeah.
Our society is better. We are more advanced. He said the words I've been waiting to say, like I wrote the line. These are pets.
Well, no, she was a pet.
No, he's like, she's a pet.
Yeah.
That's the love he had for them, for her.
Yeah.
They are all beneath us.
Yeah.
Like we look at animals. Mm-hmm. Like people believe we have domain over this planet. Mm-hmm. That's how he views us.
He said animal several times,
and
at least once.
I was like, yo, you need a Care Bear stare to take him down, because he was not stopping. I have never seen that level of violence.
This show does a good job of starting off, kind of jumping between not necessarily super violent scenes and incredibly violent scenes. Every time Mark was trying to save these people and he was unwittingly like kind of the catalyst for all these people dying, when Omni-Man took his head at the train, I was like, oh no, so many people. It's like, oh. It looked incredible, but at the same time I felt so bad.
I felt bad, but then I was like, and again, I brought this up before. And this is the first show to do it right, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about, because Invincible takes tropes or different things from other. So you get a little bit of Superman in this. You get a little bit of Spider-Man and the whole Great Responsibility. You get a little bit of everything from from a lot of themes and superhero books that we've seen before. This to me is the first time we have seen a superpowered individual show you how dangerous and how these fights actually.
This goes back to your Zack Snyder Superman stuff. Kind of
Yeah,
idea,
I
right?
don't want to. I mean, I beat that.
Okay.
I've literally beat that horse like Invincible.
Okay.
Like,
Man.
I mean, but this is the thing that really got me was you finally got to see, and I don't even know if you could. You probably could. That's what you would like. I get what people say when they talk about Marvel and the characters and like if they really fought, it's Disney-fied. Yeah, because you can't put that in a movie.
Not unless it's rated R.
You can't put Thanos doing that to Captain America.
Yeah.
You can't put Thor doing that
Yeah.
to Frost Giants. That's how this looks. When you have two and one of them was so overpowered, he hit Mark so hard, he caught him and hit him again.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we doing some Dragon Ball Z stuff. It was
Son,
great.
I was like, yo, and people like Dragon Ball Z, he gets back up at you. Like, you really were like, is this over with the first season?
There you go. This is a short little show. All right.
Like, how y'all gonna announce 2 more seasons and then kill him in the last episode?
It's a new character there's a main character for season 2.
But that to me was like amazing. Why I give it a 5, because I understand the other stuff. I understand, like, I'm not discounting the facial expressions, the voice acting, not some people being a little harder to catch on to some of this. Stephen Young, sorry. Stephen Yoon has done voiceover work. He's Little Kato in Final Space. So this isn't his first time. J.K. Simmons, I think has done work before.
I would imagine they probably are all done.
I mean,
stuff.
but he's a phenomenal actor anyway. This fight.
Yeah, and to clarify, I give this episode a 5 out of 5. Like the overall series for me is 4.4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. But yeah,
this fight was just.
And it had everything, right? Because in addition to the action, it had the emotional stakes of them talking to each other. And I felt so bad for Sandra Oh's character as she just heard, because she loved that man with all her heart.
She did.
And she's just like, you didn't think nothing of me.
Not only that, she loved him and she thought, I introduced him to what it is to be human. I introduced him and talk, because you remember that one episode she was like, you didn't know anything. He didn't. It was her love and her devotion to him and them starting a family that she believed he was a good person. He was a good man. And as we see right now, none of that was true. And it was all a facade for this ultimate goal he had in mind. And it is just devastating.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's devastating for the whole world is going to need counseling, because for the whole world, one, you lost the Guardians, then you got some B team come through, and then Omni-Man couldn't save them, and then you find out it was Omni-Man, and then you find out Omni-Man is going to come and enslave all of us, and I don't know if the world knows it, but I know certain people. And that's enough. Like, when you realize that your savior, the person you looked up to, probably had Omni-Man shirts, like I'm wearing NPR,
right,
is literally your worst nightmare.
And the thing that really got to me too is, in terms of, it was very anime-like in terms of Mark kind of almost going Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan whatever, as like a Gohan would, as he's trying to fight his dad back. Because as I'm watching, I'm like, ooh, is the emotion of hearing him talk about his mom like that going to be enough to let him be on the same level with Omni-Man? To our knowledge, Omni-Man wasn't fighting full force. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I feel like Mark was, But Omni-Man, to me, I feel like that wasn't the full strength, the full might of Omni-Man.
And let's be honest, we don't know how old Omni-Man is.
True.
We don't know how many planets he has actually conquered for the Empire. We don't, and this is another thing. Mark is just now understanding his power.
Right.
He just got his ass kicked by a bunch of robots a couple episodes ago. He got his ass whooped. Battle Beast came through. Michael Dorn, aka Worf, came through and just wrecked his underwear. Omni-Man is the pinnacle of whatever his species or race is, because they have trained their entire life this dogged idea.
What a great scene of seeing the Viltrumites fight each other. It's like, oh gosh,
And
this
so-
is intense. But it was great.
So think about that. Their entire culture is the strong over the weak. That we will dominate. And if you are weak, you are not worthy to be a part of this empire.
Sure.
So he has had that drilled into him. And Mark just learned to fly, like within months.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a fair fight. It isn't a fair fight. It's literally like a baby trying to fight a special forces soldier.
Sure.
I mean, that's literally what happened. Like a baby just learned to walk, and then it's like, ugh. And the soldier's like, do you know I kill people?
Yeah.
And just mushes the baby down.
Yeah.
That's what he did to Mark. And it was heartbreaking to watch, because at the end of the day, this is a father destroying everything about his son. And that is powerful.
So let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on to what you want to talk about.
No. We got a few more things before we get to that part. I do want to say that, and I had it on the tip of my tongue, the thing that really, I don't want to say bothers me or concerns me, is that when you really think about what's going on in this show, Mark was lied to, but it honestly wraps up so much of the other stuff that we had issues with. Like, why wasn't his dad teaching him this? Why does his dad talk about secret identities and how to handle Amber and all of those stuff?
Yeah.
It's because he didn't give a shit. At the end of the day, none of that mattered. What mattered to him was raising this boy to be by his side, standing with the flag of Viltrumite over us like a conquered people.
Yeah.
He didn't care. He wasn't there to teach him those things because he didn't care about them. And
he brings up, he said, I was too soft on you to begin with.
And that was his mother's influence. You lived a pain-free life. And when you really think about that, you're like, your whole life was a lie, in the sense of you thought you had a father who loved you. And granted, the love saved his life at the end.
Yeah.
But it took a while to get there. And that solves so many questions. In the last episode, we talked about, why don't we see these conversations that we saw in the first episode, him talking to his mom? Why doesn't he ever have these conversations with his dad? And you're like, oh, that's why. Because you have the worst father of all time.
Yeah.
I think Darth Vader was a better father.
It remains to be seen, right? Because in my mind, granted, I've never read the book. I feel like Omni-Man is going to come and side with Mark and the mom. That's just me being happy.
Hold on.
I say that to say, at the end, Darth Vader proved to help out Luke.
I'm saying it right now. I don't care what Omni-Man does in the end if he helps Mark. Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker's a better father than Omni-Man. Yes, he cut off his hand, but at least Darth Vader was like, hey man, join me, we can take on the Emperor. He didn't beat the dog snot out of him and say his mom was a pet. He said your mother was a pet.
He did.
If Leroy Green said that to me and said Shirley Green was a pet, my mama, sir, he called his mother a pet. I have a dog.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I got distracted looking at stuff for other stuff. But what did you say about Amber?
Ooh, man, it feels good to be a gangster.
Amber came back.
Ooh, did she?
Which, to be fair, I mean,
Oh, she came back? I didn't see that.
of course she was going to come back. She wasn't a one and done season. I never thought that.
I didn't say that. What I said was, and I stand by it, and I'm gonna be honest. I really appreciate the conversation that they've been having in the comments.
Sure.
They have been everybody from. I don't want to leave anybody out, but everybody in there, regardless of their opinion, I have appreciated. Has made us better reviewers. But I have appreciated that conversation. But I have stood fast to say, I understand Amber's point. She was lied to. Mm-hmm. My problem was the way she went about it, and she was mad and didn't articulate it properly. Mm-hmm. Because if you cared for him and you saw him struggling, and you seen him struggle now, mm-hmm. Oh, you still mad? What you mad about?
Right.
Because he got bigger problems.
Right.
This is why he didn't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
This is why right now, and I'm testifying, this man didn't tell you. Because there are people out there who will do anything and everything to hurt him, and they will do it they will do it to you.
Sure.
I will say this, and I'm glad they didn't do it. I thought Omni-Man was going to prove to Mark when he's like, I'm going to show you. He took him underwater. I thought he was going to go kill his mom.
Oh, wow.
I thought Omni-Man was going to either kill his mom or he was going to go after Amber. And that was why Mark didn't know it, but that was why he did not want her to know he was invincible and tried to keep those worlds separate.
Okay.
Because of this right here. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it is his dad. Mm-hmm. But there are people, and let's be honest, Omni-Man is evil. The personification of
sure
everything supposedly in these worlds that we talk about fight against. Mm-hmm. I mean, they literally are an evil empire. Mm-hmm. Do you not think it was beyond Omni-Man to kill his mom or Amber after he did all of that damage? If he views the human race as nothing more than we view ants.
Yeah.
And he told him, what do you have after 500 years? So it wasn't anything for him to smash the head of a man that Mark just saved.
I saw that man's life flash before my eyes. As soon as he got out of as soon as Mark saved him, I was like, oh, you gonna die. I just don't know how it's gonna happen.
When Omni-Man
came, I was like, oh no.
I was like, oh man. I wanted representation, but not like this white man.
Yes, it's like, oh no.
At least they didn't kill him in February.
You gone.
Like,
oh
God.
Man, it was rough.
I was like, damn. But that's the job. Mm-hmm. And that's why I was like, I understand Amber's frustration, I understand her anger. And she was hurt. She felt like she wasn't trusted. It wasn't that he didn't trust you. Mm-hmm. It's that he tried to save you because this is out there. And even he didn't know how bad it was.
Right.
But he knew it was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that she didn't understand. Now she does.
Now she does. Yeah. So are you Team Amber now?
I'm not Team Amber as far as I'm Team. How are you going to help Mark get through this? Okay. Because you were not helpful to Mark.
Right.
You were adding more stress on him. And then this happened. Mm-hmm. Do you think it goes back to that phrase, you never know what another person is dealing with. So treat everyone that you could run across with kindness. Mm-hmm. With the exception of some people. I have a list, we'll talk about it later in the comments. I have enemies, man.
Yeah, I know. You told us. Yeah.
Yep. That was the tape to me that said that was childish stuff.
Okay.
We like some people say, we're adults. We're playing for points. Mm-hmm. And she saw what his life is really like.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
I'm going to have to watch this whole season over again.
For sure.
I'm going to just binge it one weekend.
Yeah.
Because it almost answered all of the questions that we asked. We saw Starro.
Yeah. Astronaut Man is still mm-hmm. doing stuff with the Martians or wherever they were at. Yeah.
We saw
your boy Battle Beast.
Battle Beast.
Woo! Yeah.
A.K.A. Michael Dorn. Shout out. Friend of the show.
Yeah.
We interviewed, didn't we? Worf?
Yes. Yeah. He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great day.
It was.
We got to meet Captain Kirk and Worf.
Jerry Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not knocking.
Brett Spiner was there, right?
Yeah. Voyager just isn't my, now, we'd have met some people from Deep Space Nine. Woo! The best Star Trek show.
Great. Anyway, we're talking about Invincible.
Oh, yeah, my
yes.
bad.
I'm trying to think of everything.
But they
plot threads.
Like you
whatever.
saw all of those things. So remember, we asked those questions. What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
They didn't forget about it. They showed.
This is what's coming up.
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
Also, shout out Walton Goggins again as Cecil.
Yeah, Cecil was really good.
I know you talked about the facial expressions. I understand that, but the way he inflected his voice to like, you could tell that was the character, the way Walton played him. Like you could hear the pain when he was like, Nolan did all of this stuff under my watch and I didn't know. I would feel some kind of way if I didn't try to make it right.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the concept of a room that's all white because we're all drinking water that has infiltrated us, and
that's why I drank soda and alcohol.
So there's a whole world that we can't see on a different frequency. I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's a cool concept.
That's
like
a cool conspiracy. Watch, we're going to see that on the internet soon after this.
Probably
watch, it's going to be all over Twitter. Stop drinking the water.
Yeah.
Drink only Sprite. Now, watch, it's going to be the hashtag.
Yeah.
There's so much, it's almost overwhelming because of what we saw in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little mad that the Mauler twins got arrested again, only because you need to be using them. They need to have a lab the crazy doctor.
To be fair, they probably will, though, right?
Oh,
because they're both smiling. They're like, yeah, we're gonna get out of here again. We're gonna have more schemes. So yes.
But I felt like they should have been given a lab, like the crazy doctor.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like they should definitely get a lab because they're the reason why they Immortal Abe, whatever his name is,
mm-hmm.
that they're the reason why they're now able to get him back.
Yeah.
My questions for season 2 and 3, because we know it was confirmed. What do you do when he comes back? And what do you do when he comes back with help?
With the army? I don't know. I mean, my question is, does he come back by himself or does he come back with the army? I don't know.
Either, it doesn't matter. If he comes back by himself, you might have a shot. Because everything, the whole world is if you come back, but there's an army of them coming.
True.
And Alan, shout out to Seth Rogen, who was also executive producer of the show. Bravo, Seth, for just giving us so much joy. They don't give up. These are a determined bunch of cockroaches. And I say cockroaches because after the nuclear fallout, those will be the only things left.
Yeah.
Cockroaches and Viltrumites.
Yeah.
And what do you do when there's 2 of them?
I don't know. I'm trying to think what other big things. I wonder now, are we going to have the adventures of Mark and Amber and Adam Eve and then his friend, what's his friend's name? Will?
Yeah.
Is it Will?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are we going to have adventures with him for the season or whatever? Or is there going to be a season-long arc, anime style of where Mark is just training to get stronger and stronger? I don't know.
Oh, the best around.
Maybe.
Nothing's going to ever dig you down. It's the
Yeah.
best. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Pointless. You got your head beat into a mountain.
I mean, hopefully he'll have a better showing next time.
I hope so.
I would imagine Invincible didn't die at the end of the series, right? In the comics?
I don't know. Don't spoil it, but a lot of people have commented on some of the things that they've tweaked and some of the things they've condensed. I was impressed. Forgive me, I did not read the series, so I know that there's things that they left out. They didn't, plot lines they had to change. I'm very impressed with what they were able to pull and cull together in 8 episodes, and now that they have gotten the heavy work done of here's the setup of this person, what the show's about. They can go ham season 2 and 3 because you already know going in you're going to get violence, you're going to get some great character moments, and I don't know, it's going to be mind blowing what they come up with next.
Yeah. Y'all let us know in the comments what you think is going to come up for season 2 and season 3. Let us know if you liked season 1, because we definitely did. If you didn't like season 1, what do you think they could have changed a little bit?
Why didn't you like it?
Yeah, because I was like, why didn't you?
But there's some people who like the last conversation we had when we were, were you team Mark or team Amber? They had a very intelligent conversation of like, these are high school kids. Why would you base your whole life around yada and all those things? And I was like,
Sure.
There's some fair points. You shouldn't tell Amber, or you should tell Amber. Like it was very interesting and very intelligent. I liked it. So there's probably people who have things that they did not like about this. They felt, Mark should have probably said, "Yeah, I'm on your side," and then figured out, and then like, "Ha!"
Yeah, do something.
Yeah, because man, standing up to was not working for you.
No, not at all.
I mean, he just destroyed him.
Broke your teeth, so it looked like the flashback when you didn't have the teeth when you were a little boy in baseball. I was like, oh, you got the same smile, but not for the same reason.
He picked Mark up, hit him so hard. We were able to get 4 or 5 seconds of some city street. Some dude getting out of the car.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this place about to be destroyed.
And Mark came down tumbling like
Mark tried to save that mom and that daughter.
Oh, that
he had
broke.
the hand. It was just the
and
arm.
And he was like, he was holding. He's like, look at me, don't.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man. And then Omni-Man, he's like, you killed those people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, he didn't. But I don't want to say that because I want to live.
Right. Yeah.
I want to be like that pilot.
Why are you making me do this, Mark? Oh man, what wild.
That is literally, Omni-Man's an abuser. Like, why are you it? You know what it reminded me of? Mm-hmm. Remember, you got siblings. Mm-hmm. Which, like, older siblings, younger siblings, when you're punching and they're like, why are you making me hit you?
Yeah.
Why stop, like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That fight was just so devastating.
We got more to ruminate on, but you guys let us know in the comments.
Don't drink the water. You can't see them frequencies.
You can't see the frequencies. Like,
Cecil told us.
Like, comment, subscribe on this video. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WOTX.com.
# drink more soda.
We out.